Hi, I'm Bruce Bishop. I'm here today with Matt Mishak from dronewerx.com. And Matt, you are holding the DJI Phantom 1, which is a nice little drone.
Yeah, it's a nice little drone. It has some advanced features on it. It has GPS, so it knows where it is. If you fly it, it will stay in one spot. If you get into trouble, you can hit the go home button. It'll come back. It'll land. You can get some minor payloads on it. For example, you can put a GoPro Hero camera on this. You can even add a GoPro gimbal for a stabilization. You can do some nice little shots on it, and overall cool little drone.
Okay, so it's not super expensive, but it's also not cheap. It's not a toy, but it's also not a professional tool. It's kind of a entry level, sort of like a first car, basically, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So going from there, say we want to maybe bump from the first car up to a Lexus. Why don't you show what we can do for maybe $10,000?
Okay, this is a octocopter. It's pretty large, as you can tell. It's 1,100 millimeters in diameter. It has retractable landing gear. It has a stabilized gimbal on it. That this particular one is for a Sony Nex 5, and this can hold up to 10 pounds and probably fly for about 19 minutes. It's a beast.
So yeah, it's super serious UAV. You can do all kinds of awesome stuff with it. Problem is most people don't have 10 grand laying around, and that's a big jump up from that little DJI. Say you wanted to get something nice but not crazy expensive. You guys have the X, right?
Yeah, we have the dronewerx Big X. This is a workhorse. It's a beautiful machine that's been time tested. It's made of 1.5 millimeter carbon fiber. It's extremely strong. Takes a lot of abuse. In fact, we've tested this falling about 40 to 50 feet out of the sky onto concrete with very little or no damage. In fact, when we did the test, we couldn't find any damage on it. So it's very strong stuff, and that's important because this has a lot of electronics in it. So if you were to crash your Phantom, for example, and one of the arms broke, you may be able to get a new shell for 20 bucks. But the fact is, you never have confidence in those electronics that are contained within the copter anymore. So this is all protected in here. You know that all the electronics are going to be protected if you have a rough landing, and it's extremely durable that way.
So great motors, great blades, great operating system on board, great material it's made out of. It's faster, more maneuverable. It's got all kinds of advantages over it, but it's really not that much more expensive compared to, say, the beginning level DJI Phantom, correct?
Correct. It's not too much more expensive. You can do a lot more with it. You could put, for example, a Sony Nex 5 just like you could on the large octocopter. This is highly maneuverable. This can be, we've tested these for 45-mile-an-hour waypoint. That's another thing I should point out, is this model actually has waypoints on it, so you can pre-program waypoints into it. If you're not familiar with waypoints, it's sort of like planning out a route on your GPS in your car. The unit auto takes off, it flies its route, and it comes back on its own. So it has some advanced functionality. This particular one has 15-inch carbon fiber propellers. It is a monster when it comes to even dealing with high winds. It'll battle them no problem, and it's just beautiful the way that this aircraft flies. It's a little bit more dense, if you will, so it handles the wind a lot better, and just a beautiful flying aircraft that we love, and I would recommend it to any of our customers.
You know, I'd say too that compared to something like that huge Octo, it's really not that much of a learning curve to fly compared to the little Phantom either, right? You're in the same ballpark.
Yeah, no, completely. And you know what you could do is, if you have, instead of a carbon fiber blade, if you want to start off with something that's a softer plastic, the way I would equate is with the softer plastic blades, if you have like a nice smooth ride in a Cadillac versus a sports car, where it's very responsive and less comfortable. That's the way I would compare the carbon fiber and the softer plastic blades. But you know, when you get to these blades on it, it's just amazing. We demoed this actually at the Cleveland National Air Show this past Labor Day weekend, and these aircraft are flying waypoints that differed sometimes by 45 feet in altitude, and we had them change rapid direction, and we had very heavy onshore breeze coming off of Lake Erie that day, and these things performed amazingly. And if you see, it's not really intimidating. It's not that much bigger than a Phantom. You can take the propeller blades off. You can throw this in the back seat of your car, and you're flying. You don't even need a special case for it. It's so strong. So this is just a very good model. Our customers swear by it, and I can't really say enough good about it. It's just been a great model for us.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things where, you know, if you're a guy and you're into toys, it's really, there's no comparison between those two things. I mean, people are watching you fly that thing.
Get to the little white one. Yeah, this is like, if you have one of these, this is sort of make this looks like your little brother's quadcopter at that point in time. Yeah, this is, I mean, it's definitely very, very cool looking, and if that means anything to you, I think you'll be very, very pleased with what you get with the DroneWerx Big X.
All right, Big Boy Toys. Thanks, Matt.
All right, you got it.